Alright, this tutorial is going to show you how to quickly put together a tour permit that's required for every camp and some other events. You'll start off by going to myscouting.org. My login automatically happened because my username and password are saved, but you might have to enter that information the first time. If you don't have a password, contact CIEC and get it from them. You'll see on the left that there's a tour and activity plan link. If you've logged in and don't see that link, you also need to call CIEC. They have to change permissions for your username in order to be able to enter it. It's real quick, one phone call and they'll have it done for you. So select the tour and activity plan. And it'll take you to this screen right here. You'll go to New Plan, select Go, and you'll see a list of what you're going to need in order to complete this specific tour plan. All of it self-populates. You just drop down, pick our pack. You'll pick what type of trip. It's almost always a short-term camping trip. And as far as method of transportation, I always select Other, and I just type in there that the parents are driving their Scout. Otherwise, if you select car, van, bus, any of those, you're going to be required to enter a lot of other automotive insurance information, and it's just not necessary because in our pack the parents almost always deliver the kids themselves, and 9 times out of 10 stay with them. You'll also be asked to enter an emergency contact, and this emergency contact is a registered Scout leader who will not be on the trip. This will be someone back home, and in this case we're going to select the Cub Master because he won't be on this trip with us. And then select Next. It requires a title and a description. I'll usually put the same thing in both these boxes, and for this example we're doing Erie Emerson. You'll need to record the number of male and female adults as well as the number of male and female youth. Obviously, with it being Boy Scouts, the only female youth you're going to have are siblings. That's usually a low number. After you enter these numbers, you're going to go ahead and then select Next. That'll move us on to the next screen. Okay, which adults are going? These are registered BSA volunteer adults who are going. I always start with whoever the event coordinator is, and in this case it's myself. And you'll see that when I select the name, it automatically populates all of my information that is already registered with the pack, actually with CIEC. You can see that I selected I am the primary leader for this event and that my YPT is current. It says, will this person be driving? The answer is no. What that question really is will this person be driving other scouts other than his own son or her own son? Again, the answer is no. If you do happen to be driving several scouts, you'll have to enter in some insurance information. It requires at least 2 adults. So in this case, I know Mr. Marsh is going. He's been added as my second adult. You can add as many registered adults as you wish, but since the minimum's only 2, that's all I put in there. This one can be a little tricky. You can see there's departing, going to, and returning to. We're departing on October 24th. We're departing from Temecula, California. And then after you enter that information, you'll go to going to. And in this case, we're going to Idlewild. And what is the overnight accommodation? In this case, it's going to be a camp. And then select Add Destination. After this, you'll be prompted when are you returning and where are you returning to. This is going to be a one-night camp, and we'll be returning to Temecula. Don't worry about uploading map routes. I imagine that's really for road trip situations, multi-day commutes, maybe going to like a camp out in New Mexico or something. If we were going to a camp where these activities were going to be there, you would select those, and as a result, they will require additional certifications or training or something of that sort for the leadership that's going. However, for a routine camp like this, I'll just go to other activity and enter what that camp's going to be, and in this case it's going to be a scout camp. So put that in the other activity and then just go to next. Okay, here's where the required training comes into play. I know that myself, I already have Baloo. I also have CPR, first aid, and hazardous weather. So I just put my name on all those. If you are doing a tour plan, you got to make sure that at least one scout leader has all of those. If only one scout leader has it, and that one scout leader happens to not be able to go because they get sick, or maybe their son is injured and they have to go home, camp's over for the rest of our pack. So it's always good to have 2 adults who have that training. And then just enter the yes/no questions on the right here. You have to have all yeses in order to get through this, and then go to next. If you'd like, you can print the guide and tour and activity planning, which was back there on the previous link, and that just gives you some resources. These are the people who get a copy of the tour plan every time a tour plan is completed. And this shows you your end result. Nothing has been highlighted in red or yellow. Those are the things that need attention, that might be incomplete, or additional information might be needed. In this instance, I didn't miss any of the boxes, but 9 times out of 10 I do miss a box, and I do have to go back and fix something. It's real easy to do. In this case, I select next, check the box, I certify everything's true and correct, go to submit, and that's it. Tour plan's been emailed out to all those people. So now after I select close, it's going to take me back to the home screen, and you'll see they're highlighted in green. That is the current tour plan that I've created. That's for all tour plans I've created that haven't happened yet. So you can hit edit if you need to change something, or just go to print and print a copy of this, because you will need to bring a hard copy of this with you to the camp.